My bad idea. What you thinking when you're alone? Never when you're biting your lips when I'm in.
Leaving behind a legacy of helping others, because honestly, I was a terrible teenager, and I joined the military and kind of changed my life and went in a different direction than I was going. And I've never looked back on the past. And like, you know, you got to remember where you came from and what you did in your life, but you shouldn't dwell on that. You should use that as motivation and the stepping stones to success. Every failure should be another way that you can succeed. And I feel as if I want my legacy to be that I gave back to people and that I help people the way they've helped me throughout my life.
I am a rebel, I am defiant. Going against the odds, striving for great, my actions define it. Taking back what is ours, feeling like David against Goliath. Even when stakes are large, I'm not afraid to take down a giant. In order to war with the gods, play the cards that was handed.
Welcome to Local Legends, a series where we have a chat with everyday heroes from around the way. Joining us for today is Kris Ware, who is the CEO of Warpaint Records. So Kris, thank you so much for stopping by with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about the synopsis of your background and your military background and service.
I served from 2003 to 2016. I was in for 13 years straight.
Wow.
I did 2 tours in Iraq, 1 in Afghanistan. I was in Africa twice, Germany, a couple other places. I volunteered a lot for a lot of what I did. Kind of got into music professionally almost 10 years ago now. My brother was into it a lot. Younger than like me when I was a little kid, basically, because I'm 35, he's 51.
Wow.
So there's a big gap between us, but we kind of like encouraged each other. We started playing a lot of shows. We were doing a lot of online radio and a lot of college radios in New Jersey, like Montclair and stuff. And people kept sending us music, and from there it kind of led us to wanting to start a label with the people that were sending us the music. And honestly, it's all been like uphill from there. Like it just kind of went further than I ever thought it would, honestly. You know, so it's 7 years, and just coming February, it'll be 7 years the label's been out. So.
Well, congrats. That's an amazing
awesome
accomplishment.
What kind of artists do you like working with?
We primarily have always been electronic, but we do hip hop and pop and other things and cross genres and stuff. Right now, we're kind of focused on a small group of artists that we're building up. We're managing all of them as well.
Yeah.
So we do all their publishing, all their management, booking for shows, and obviously releases and other stuff.
Now you've been doing you have some upcoming major festivals and shows that are coming up for your artists, so talk to us a little bit about that.
Alright, so the longest standing artist with us, his name is Noya.
Lost and found with you, bound by the lovers of the sin, tossed by the feelings from within, consoled by the feelings of your grin.
He's got hundreds of thousands of monthly listeners on Spotify. He's starting to play shows more often. Now he's going to be playing a festival. So it's honestly, if you put the work into anything, you can do it.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. And tell us a little bit about the foundation that you're setting up.
Okay, so basically we're working right now on starting a nonprofit.
Okay.
We're gonna name it after our father, me and my brother.
Right.
My dad passed away in April from COVID, so. It was kind of like I'm buying a house and we're building a free structure on the house with a recording studio and all that in there. And what we're going to do is use that studio licensed out to the 501 to basically create a place where kids can come and learn music production and instrumentation and other stuff like that. And also painting and drawing. My brother's been painting and drawing for about 35 years. So,
wow.
Like between the two of us, like between we do a lot of writing and a lot of art and music, so it gives us the ability to kind of teach the arts to veterans and their family and people from low-income families is kind of what we're focused on at this point.
So this isn't a question that we have written down, but I'm just curious, what is one thing that you've been able to take away from your military experience and apply it into your record label company?
Be honest, I was a staff sergeant when I got out. I was an acting platoon sergeant. I was up for my 7th. My mom hadn't been as sick as she was. My mother passed away in 2018, so I kind of was at that point where I wanted to think about what I could do with my military experience, and I think I took away leadership, and the way I ran military units when I was in is the way I run my business. And it's been it's allowed us to get, I believe, to the point we're at. My brother always says, like, if it wouldn't have been for you, we wouldn't be where we're at now. You know, I kind of took the drive and determination and the never give up attitude that I had in the military, and I applied that to everything I do in my life. You know, whether it's my business or waking up and having breakfast. You know, like you got to take every second as it comes to you and do the best you can with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So I'm gonna ask you, what kind of legacy would you like to leave behind, or what do you see yourself with Warpaint Records with, let's say, the next 5 years?
I would say, honestly, I think the biggest thing I'm trying to do now is create generational wealth for my family, one. Two, leaving behind a legacy of helping others. Because honestly, I was a terrible teenager, and I joined the military and kind of changed my life and went in a different direction than I was going. And I've never looked back on the past. And like, you know, you got to remember where you came from and what you did in your life, but you shouldn't dwell on that. You should use that as motivation and the stepping stones to success. Every failure should be another way that you could succeed. And I feel as if I want my legacy to be that I gave back to people and that I help people the way they've helped me throughout my life. And I feel like a lot of people are too self-centered around themselves. Like me and my brother started out just doing our own thing and making music and playing shows. But once we saw the potential of all these people who were talented and no one was helping, it's what made us start the record label in the first place. So I want my legacy to be that I did things not as a selfish way to just make money, but as a way to like create opportunities and help other people make their dreams come true.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful. So for those that are interested in checking out Warpaint Records, how can they get in contact with you? How can they network with you?
So it's warpaintrecordsofficial.com is our website. It's the easiest way to do it because everything is on there, social media, all of our music.
Awesome.
We also have our own podcast, which I'm actually going to have Frank on in a couple of weeks.
We'll plug that in too.
Yeah, so that's gonna be it's called Tribe. Warpaint Records presents Tribe Chat. It's on every major platform, Spotify, Apple, all that. And we're actually doing pretty well with that. I was shocked about it, but we kind of cover social issues, music, writing, art. Like our first show was actually it was called Police Perspective, and we brought on an African American cop that I served with in the military for many years. He was my squad leader, and we talked about like racism in America and police brutality and stuff like that. And then the second episode, the company Heavy Metal, if you ever remember the movie. So the anime one, so the magazine Heavy Metal, my friend is the CEO of it, and he just released like a novel, so we brought him on to talk about his novel. So that's the complexity of it. We didn't want it to just be one-sided. We wanted to cover different things, like everything in the arts and then social issues and how we can tackle them together rather than keep separating each other.
Well, that's awesome. Well, we thank you so much for sharing your story with us. And
thank you for having me.
Absolutely, man. Our pleasure.
Yeah. So that is it for us here at Local Legends. I'm Daniree.
I'm Pedro.
We'll see you next time, guys.
Take care.
Like I'm a bad idea. What you thinking when you're alone? Love it when you're biting your lips when I'm in. I'll make it on my own. And we're all gonna give into something. When you leave, when I leave, and nothing. When you leave, when I leave, and nothing. What's that sound? Fuck that smile, girl. No one can.
Sit, Shadow, sit. Good dog.